Hello everyone. In this short presentation, I will talk about reskilling in the age of AI. With the recent advances, AI has acquired the ability to automate many things that required human intervention. Generative AI systems of today can understand language, translate, transcribe, speak, recognize images, do simple reasoning and so on. These capabilities are already bringing about a transformation to businesses and jobs. Naturally, everyone is concerned whether AI will take away their jobs. I am sure many of you may have questions such as, how will AI impact my job? Am I in danger of getting displaced by AI? As a computer science major in college, will I still have a job when I graduate? If you are concerned about these, then this presentation is for you. I'm going to share some facts on how AI will impact jobs, and how you can prepare for it. This is part of a series of videos that I will post on the topic of reskilling in the age of AI. Most of us are asking, will AI take away my job? But I think we may be asking the wrong question here. The right question to ask is, how will my job evolve in the age of AI? What's the big difference, you may ask? Let me explain. AI is here to stay. It is not a buzzword anymore. Companies have started using AI in many areas already. AI is also progressing at a dizzying pace. Not a day passes without some new AI breakthrough or announcement about an AI-enabled app. Some of you are probably saying, yes, but every new technology goes through a hype cycle. And AI is no exception. There will be some initial hype and buzz, and it might take some time to settle down. But experts feel that AI technology, and generative AI in particular, is more than just a buzzword. They are comparing AI to the rise of the internet. Like the internet, the impact of AI will be far and wide. We are still in the early days of AI. Today, companies are using AI as a way of differentiating their products and services from others. Soon, AI will be everywhere. At that point, the use of AI will no longer be a luxury or a point of differentiation. It will become a necessity for survival. So, back to the question we started with. Since AI is here to stay, the question we need to ask is, how will my job evolve, and how can I prepare for it? We need to embrace AI wholeheartedly. We need to think about reskilling in the age of AI. Before we get into the topic of reskilling, let us understand how AI could evolve. We have an interesting parallel here from history. The internet, in the early 90s, was very much like how AI is now. Many new businesses sprung up during the dot-com boom. Few of them became phenomenal successes. Others just disappeared after a while. A few traditional brick-and-mortar businesses shut down because they could not compete with the online ones. All of this led to a lot of job churn. Old jobs disappeared and new ones emerged. The internet revolution was very disruptive. It was transformative. But net-net, it resulted in very positive effects. The economy as a whole improved. AI is likely to follow a similar trajectory. We are bound to see a lot of changes. But the net effect is going to be positive. The takeaway for all of us is to be prepared for the change and start reskilling ourselves. Now, let us look at what analysts and consultants say about generative AI. Generative AI is a field of AI that is becoming very popular these days. It deals with AI systems that can generate text, images, video and do natural language processing. On the whole, generative AI could add $2 to $4 trillion annually to the economy. By the way, if you're interested to know more about generative AI, please do tune into one of my videos on this topic. I will post some links in the description below. But, I digress. Let us get back to the topic of AI's impact on jobs. According to the data, the impact is going to be a significant positive for the economy. However, there will be some job attrition and task elimination. Let's explore this next. Here is a chart that shows how generative AI will impact workers in various industries. It makes an interesting observation. Normally, any technological innovation tends to impact lower-wage workers and those doing manual labor. It does this by increasing automation. Generative AI, on the other hand, will impact the knowledge workers. It will impact doctors, lawyers, scientists, engineers, and programmers. This is because generative AI is trained on a vast corpus of knowledge and has a reasoning engine built in. Sometimes it can even beat the experts. But this does not mean that all jobs done by knowledge workers will go away. AI systems still cannot do everything that humans can. And more importantly, AI cannot be trusted with critical operations. Humans will still be needed to perform some tasks that cannot be automated. So, most of the jobs will likely remain, but they will start using AI for the simple tasks. What about the number of people needed? You may ask. If something is automated, then does it not mean that fewer humans will be required? Good question. In the short term, the answer is yes. But when something is automated, it usually increases the scale and scope of work as well. That's one of the beneficial side effects. In the longer term, this leads to an increase in work across the board, which means more humans will be needed. This chart shows the functional roles that will be most impacted by generative AI. These include sales, marketing, software engineering, customer operations, and R&D. In software engineering, generative AI has already shown that it can write code. In customer operations, generative AI can create agents, or chatbots, that can answer complex questions about your business. So, if you are in any of these roles, be prepared for changes. And when I say change, think of it in a positive way. Here's an interesting quote from Curtis Langlotz, professor of radiology at Stanford University. It was widely feared that the radiologist profession will become obsolete because of AI. Today, deep learning can analyze images much better than any radiologist. Does this mean that we will not need radiologists anymore? No. Radiologists now play a key role in deploying this technology into advising when it should and should not be used. This means we need more radiologists, not less. So, you see the pattern here. A new technology comes along and starts changing what people do in their jobs. But eventually, it ends up creating more jobs, not less. The key message in this slide is this: people who know how to use AI are going to replace those who do not. When spreadsheets were first invented, many predicted that accountants will no longer be needed. When word processors were invented, many predicted the end of typists, office secretaries, and printed paper. Did ATMs put tellers out of work? No, tellers are now doing things that ATMs cannot do. Every technology revolution has gone this way. With more automation, the scale of the work expands. Projects become bigger. This in turn leads to more automation. But this also leads to more tasks that cannot be automated. In the end, there's more work, so more people get hired. It's like saying, a rising tide lifts all boats. The slide on radiology made an interesting point. Those who know AI will replace those who don't. In a few years, every business process is going to incorporate AI in some way or the other. Every software application is going to be AI-enabled. Jobs that require the use of AI tools and applications are going to be in high demand. If someone did not know how to use these tools, then they are likely to be let go. This is why you need to reskill now. Here are some signs that can tell you if the job will be taken over by AI. 1. Is the job very repetitive? 2. Can AI do a significant portion of the job by itself? 3. Does the job have little or no human element in the decision-making process? 4. Is there very little risk in automating the job? Some jobs that fit the above categories are data entry clerks, scheduling coordinators, call center agents, assembly line workers, document writers, translators. You get the idea. On the other hand, here are some signs that can tell you that the job cannot be replaced. 1. Does it involve a lot of human-to-human or human-to-machine interactions? 2. Does it need decision-making under ambiguity, empathy, or emotional intelligence? 3. Does it have a lot of risk that you cannot entrust to a machine? 4. Does it involve working with very skilled instruments and tools? Back to our earlier reference to knowledge professions. AI will be used to automate many of the routine elements in these jobs. For example, a doctor could use an AI assistant to do some research on a disease. A lawyer could use an AI assistant to review past legal documents. However, because of the high risk involved in these professions, AI cannot eliminate these jobs. There will always be a human element involved in decision-making. We call this as human in the loop. One of the key areas that will be touched by AI is software development. AI can write code very well these days. If you're a computer science student, you are probably wondering, is it all worth it? Look for clues from the previous slides. Low-level software jobs are likely to be reduced. So, if a company employs testers, or junior developers, to do a project, they may cut the number in half. Examples of such jobs are low-level testing, documentation, basic web application development or basic mobile application development. However, AI is also creating a lot more jobs for software engineers. Examples of these are data science, AI/ML engineering, AI/ML product management, prompt engineering, security and so on. Data is the lifeblood of AI. With more AI, there will be more demand for data scientists and data engineers. Generative AI has created a lot of opportunities for new products. So, AI product management and product design are going to be in demand. AI can make mistakes, some of which can be really hard to find. What if the AI wrote code that created a major security bug that no one bothered to check? What if the AI made wrong decisions because it was not trained properly? This is why we will need the human element in software to perform security testing and compliance. With more AI being deployed, we need more of these jobs, not less. Prompt engineering is an emerging field. We also have a field called MLOps, which is like DevOps for machine learning. These are jobs that never existed before. By the way, if you are in software, look out for my videos on the topic of reskilling for AI for software engineers. So what's the message here? Remember the slide on radiology. Software engineers who know AI will replace those who don't. So, how can you reskill? Create a simple plan for continuous learning. And stick with it. What elements need to be in the plan? It depends on what your profession is, and how familiar you are with AI in general. Are you new to AI? Or do you have a good grasp of generative AI and machine learning? If you are new to AI, you should begin with a course or two in this area. In the description below, I have a number of courses on udemy.com that you can take a look at. There are also many courses in other online platforms and universities. You should do this, whether you are technical or non-technical. It will give you a good conceptual understanding of AI. Second, you need to look at how AI is changing your profession. This is specific to your domain. If you are in a field like healthcare, financial services or legal, you may find courses in this area too. You should learn about the business processes, the tasks, and the jobs impacted by AI. You may even see exciting startups in your field that have been enabled by AI. Third, look at the tools of your trade. Look for the AI-enabled software apps in your domain. Leading vendors such as Amazon, Google, Microsoft, IBM, Salesforce or OpenAI offer lots of training on their platforms. You must also learn how to use ChatGPT or similar LLMs. Get your feet wet on AI. And last but not the least, develop a plan for continuous learning. Learning has to be a lifelong process. Things keep changing all the time. No one can predict with complete certainty what the future will be. One has to learn, to adapt and thrive in the future. So let's summarize the key points in this presentation. 1. AI will eliminate some jobs, but create others. 2. Tasks, not whole jobs, are being automated. 3. Embrace change. Reskilling is critical. Develop a plan for lifelong learning. 4. Human qualities still matter. Jobs that need these are not going to be replaced by AI. Be curious to learn more. If you mastered the art of learning to learn, then you are all set. I will be posting new videos on this channel from time to time. Subscribe to these, and they will keep you updated on what's happening in the world of AI. And with that, I come to the end of my presentation. If you liked my presentation, please hit like and subscribe to my channel. And be on the lookout for more videos on this topic and other topics from me. Finally, a huge thank you for everyone who listened to it. Good luck in your AI journey.